I don't know when it says live. I tested earlier and okay, now we're live. Hi everybody. It's GBGW time with Andrea.
That's right.
I'm Andrea and that's
Lyconeus.
Yes, you can introduce yourself.
Nolan.
I don't have to introduce you.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see, I forgot all about what we were going to talk about. Should we talk about next week's tournament really fast?
Yes.
Kind of break the ice a little bit. Okay, so next week, and if you guys can hear us, let's see. I don't know if comments actually work in here. Do you guys know if people can actually comment? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so next Wednesday is going to be our weekly Discord chat, and it's going to be a pseudo tournament, I guess you could say, where we'll be doing 2-star suits only, and you can have a white chest gear piece and a white arm gear piece. And Christian Clark says, "What's up, guys? We can hear you." Yes. Blackbird says hi, or Farrell Swain says hi. We should give him his own nickname just for this. Anyway, those boxes right there are not, they are due to the meet and greet, and we'll get into that in a little bit, right?
Boxes.
Those boxes right at the camera.
At the camera.
See right there.
Oh, those ones, yes.
Anyway, okay, so let's see. Is there anything else that's going on that's coming up that we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Isn't he cute? I look so much taller than you. He's actually taller than me.
Your chair.
Oh, my chair is mostly on the hard thing, and you also tend to slouch a little more. He's like, I'm trying to get comfortable.
I've been sitting all day.
His abs?
They are quite nice.
He does have very nice abs. Is that what he's asking about, though? Oh, so, by the way, I'm Anbu. Oh, that's Anbu. Christian. Okay, that's Anbu. Goldhawk says, can't see him. Hello, gamers. Cannon says, yes, me Cannon. And you want to see, they want to see your abs.
Maybe in photo. I got to get the lighting right.
Yeah, the lighting makes a difference. They are beautiful. I'm very proud of them because I had a lot to do with them. I did. I encouraged him to work out when he said he wanted to.
Thanks.
Boo. Yes. Inami says you'll never guess who this is. Thanks, Inami. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about me. I'll give a little bit of an about me, and then I'll make Nolan talk. Hey, look, our microphone. We look super. There we go, guys. Now we're like super radio-esque.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my name's Andrea. As I said, you guys already know my name. I used to go by Gundam and a Girl, and I was like, I need to use my name. I just feel really weird not using my name. And so I started using my name and Andrea. I am from a small town. I'm very much a small town, a Mormon Utah girl. Let's see, I come from a big family, 7 kids. We were way into arts and to gaming, like video games and things like that, and music and stuff like that. Like I play the viola, the piano, the organ. I used to play the cello, but I stopped playing that because my fingers weren't strong enough. And let's see. So I focused on art all growing up, and I wanted actually to be a doctor, which one of the things that got us together was we both like medical stuff quite a bit. I mean, he actually works in the medical field. I do not. My major in college was had medical stuff in it, speech language pathology. Let's see, and I had to take like a whole ton of anatomy classes. Trying to think what else there is. Oh yeah, so my dad was way into computer games, and so Nolan, when he introduced me to this game, it was pretty much. I mean, I watched him play it for probably 2 or 3 months before I actually downloaded the app. Casually watched him play it for a little while. Before I downloaded the app myself, and then quickly got very overwhelmed. How much of my hand did you have to hold there in the beginning?
Both of them all the time.
Both of them all the time. He was like, what kind of suit do you want to have? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, what kind of suit you have will like totally depend, or it'll totally change the outcome and make it so that you're gonna win or lose. And I was like, I don't even know what this does. I don't know what anything does. Let's see what else is going on over in chat. Chemical Ali says he looks like a gunfighter. Canna says, oh, poor Lyconeus. Canna says, I'm sorry if there's a lot of questions for me in the chat on Discord. That's totally fine. Anbu wants to know if you are a nurse.
I am not. I am a medical technologist.
He's a medical technologist. Oh, yeah. So just to finish my little about me, I grew up painting and doing art and things like that, and I focus on that a lot. And then in college, I started having people commission paintings from me. It was mostly family, but I did have several friends and a couple people I did not know commission paintings, and so I did that a lot all growing up. I actually won awards, and I actually even won out third place in our city's photography contest for a picture I thought was really pretty. And I was like, hey, I'm good at photo editing. So I edited it and I submitted it. And I'm not a professional photographer. My brother is. But what's really funny was all growing up, writing was the very last thing on my mind. My sister wanted to be a writer when we were all growing up. And she was the type of person who'd be like, if I'm a writer, nobody can be a writer. It's just me. And so I was like, I respected that. But when I was in college, I got the bug and I started writing, and I'm actually a USA Today bestselling author. I've got over 75 titles now published, and like 40 or 50 novels, right? Anyway, I'm a fiction writer. So about October of last year, I seriously burned out. I just got so burned out on deadlines and stress and just meeting reader expectations. And I seriously burned out. And I was like, Nolan, I need a hobby. My hobby has turned into a career, and it didn't make, I like writing. Writing makes me happy. I need to be a writer, and I need to do that. And I don't want to have all this pressure, and we've talked about that quite a bit. And he's like, you need a new hobby. He's like, so let's find you a new hobby. I was like, okay, let's find me a new hobby. How do you find hobbies? How long did it take me? It was like 2 months, right? Before we discovered GBGW. Well, he discovered it earlier, and he'd be like doing his capsules, and he's like, hey, look, I got a pink one. And I was like, what the heck? he got a pink part. Yeah, pink parts are really good to get. I was like, well, I'm so glad you got a pink part. I'm so proud of you. Anyway, so in December, I decided to download the game. Do you remember we went up and visited his brother in Washington, and I watched them comparing. They sat there on their phones and they're like comparing parts. And I was like, that looks kind of fun. And so I installed it and didn't tell them. And then I started the game and immediately got overwhelmed, like we already said. And I handed it off to Lyconeus. I went and created my YouTube channel before even telling Lyconeus that I'd installed the game. And then I told you I installed it. And then 2 days later, I started the YouTube channel. I did my first 4 videos, and then I was like, okay, I can't keep this from him. So I was like, hey, I found a new hobby. So it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. What's really funny is, let's see, hold on, what's going on in here in the chat? Is he a nurse? Nope, he's not. Lyco, nice, very smooth, man, very smooth. I'm not sure what that refers to. That's awesome, says Onbu. Make a Gundam novel and include all of us in it. I have written books and put people in them. I generally kill them. And it's not even people I don't like. It's like people that I'm like, oh, I really like you. Can I kill you in a book? So there's lag. Canna says there's lag. But Cannon, you're like in Finland, right? You're like on the other side of the world from us. What sort of painting did you do? You want to grab that one right there? I'll just show you. I do mostly the ocean one. I do mostly like acrylics and oils and a lot of abstract paintings. This is one of my more realistic ones. You can see that it's an ocean and there's rain on it and there's clouds. I don't have anything else in here. I'll do like, we'll take pictures and we'll do another video where we're talking about it, and then we'll just have it be like a part 2. Let's see. Nami says, I'm thinking I'm real delayed. Sorry about that, guys. What's really good, y'all? Yeah, I know you can kill me. LOL, I don't mind. Anbu says, I die all the time, no biggie. I'll die in your book if I'm the last death and it's an epic death. And I have to make you be the bad guy, God of Rage, if that's the case. Oh, the camera froze. Can you guys, is the camera still frozen? Okay, so, and Brian, your question, join Discord and you can post your build on Discord, and I don't get on Reddit very often. Oh, okay. So, all right, Nolan, let's go ahead and, okay. So just as segue, our first date, I'll tell about our first date and that'll segue into you talking about yourself. Okay. Okay. So our first date, and this is a story that I love to tell, and Nolan loves to correct, but my version is correct. So, all right. So I was dating a guy in the Air Force, and he was stationed in Alaska, and he came down, and we spent like, he flew to Utah, and we spent a whole week together. And the whole time he was there, I was just like, I don't want to kiss this guy. So I didn't even want to hold his hand. I was so not attracted to him. I was like, I don't want to kiss him. I don't have anything to do with him. I was like, this is a problem. If I'm dating a guy and I don't want to actually kiss him or be with him, that's a problem. So I broke up with him. And my brother was like, hey, I heard you broke up with your boyfriend. I've got tickets to indoor arena football, and we want to set you up on a date with one of his friend's brother's roommates. And I was like, okay, fine. That sounds fine. Whatever. Yeah. So 20 minutes before the date started. So there's my brother, Glenn, and his best friend, Garrett, and Mandy, and Glenn and Andrea. My brother Glenn married Andrea. And they were a married couple, and they were going on this date with us, and they were setting us up with Garrett's brother's roommate named Nolan. And they did not tell Nolan it was a date. 20 minutes before it started, my brother sent me a text. He's like, it's not a date anymore. They forgot to tell Nolan it was a date. So it's not a date anymore. So it's just two single adults who were in their late 20s and two married couples hanging out. And I was like, oh my gosh, awkward. Anyway, well, I get in the car. My first impression of Nolan was, oh, he's not bad looking. My second impression was, this guy's a jerk. This guy is such a jerk.
You were right on both counts.
He's good looking. He's a jerk, right?
I can afford to be a jerk.
He can afford to be a jerk. Why?
Because I'm handsome.
Because he's handsome. Okay. Anyway, so he wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't answer my questions. I was like, where are you from? He was like offended that I would ask him where he was from.
How dare you anyway?
Yeah. He was offended that I would ask him what he did for work. He was offended about everything. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to have fun with my brother and his friends and just screw that guy. And so I had a lot of fun. On the way home, he found out I was an author, and he's an illustrator. That's one thing about Nolan that you guys, have we said anything about that? He's a professional illustrator. At that point, he was not professional yet, right? He was just dabbling and doing deviant art and stuff like that. But anyway, so we were like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's, I was like, that's neat. That's awesome. And then we started talking about Rift Tracks and Twilight. And between medical stuff, Rift Tracks and Twilight, and art, we kind of had a connection. And yet at the very end of that date, I vowed I would never go out with him again. I was like, he's such a jerk. Anyway.
And you never did.
And I never went out. I literally never went out with him again until we were engaged. He never asked me out officially. If he'd asked me out officially, I would have said no. So he calls me up a month later, and he's like, hey, because he just barely moved to Utah and he didn't know anybody. He's like, hey, you told me you have a group of friends. Can I come hang out with you guys? And I was like, I don't even know who you are. I couldn't even remember. We went to indoor arena football, and I could not remember anything about that. I was like, it's like, this rando is calling me and he wants to hang out with me and my friends. And I was like, okay, fine. So I made sure to be nowhere where he was when he came and hung out. And for like 3 or 4 months, he would text me every other week, and a whole week would go where I wouldn't hear from him. So I'd forget who he was. And then he'd text me again, and I hadn't saved his phone number. And so I'd be like, okay, who's this guy? So I have to go up and I'd be like, oh, that's who this guy is. Okay. Anyway, so I blew him off. I would like invite him to do things with me, and then with me and my group of friends. And then I would ditch halfway through. And I'm not usually flake. I mean, you know me now. How flaky am I generally?
Not very.
You're such a brat. that teasy expression. I'm not a flake, and I don't, especially like when somebody needs a group of friends, I'm like, hey, come join us. And I usually do everything I can to make them feel comfortable. And I would ditch, and it was all for his good. He needed to work for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I still don't know when we started dating. I still don't know how he became my boyfriend. It just happened. I was like, what the heck? I'm dating this guy. Andrea says, wow, Andrea, that's pretty messed up. That's so cold. He wouldn't even tell me what he did for work. I mean, he was
secret. It's all secret stuff.
Oh, whatever. It's not. His dad did secret. His dad was in the Navy and was on like nuclear submarines, and he did top secret missions, and he still can't tell his kids what he did for work. So Nolan was like, I can't tell people what I do for work because my dad couldn't tell people what he did.
Nobody's dad could.
Nobody's dad growing up. Yes. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm not that way generally. So felt really bad about it. I was like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I invited Nolan and I forgot and I left. Anyway, well, it worked out. We ended up getting married. So
Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years in March, this coming March. Yeah, can we see the baby? Yeah, go grab the baby really fast. Actually, no, let's have you do your intro first, then you can go get him.
He's very dirty.
He is very dirty right now. He found honey, and we didn't have time to clean him up. I'm scrolling back up. Let's see. Thank you, Canon. I love painting. I'll show you guys more of my paintings more. Okay. Oh, good. So the video is not frozen still. Canon says, if we all end up in a book, I want to be in every evil forest. And every evil forest, dude. Okay. It's always the bros, friends, roommates. It's so true. Let's see.
That is true, because that's Katie at work. She married her. She got set up with a roommate and ended up with with the person's roommate's friend or whatever. You know, it was like it was the friend that she got with, not somebody I work with. She married the roommate's friend, the brother's roommate's friend too. So,
yes. Candace says at least Lyconeus is honest, and Nolan's slick. Slick. Yes. Yet again, poor Lyco. I'm cold.
I like this guy. This group's a good group.
Yeah, this group's
they understand me.
My group of friends, they'd be like, "Hey, wait, you're kind of dating somebody now. What's going on with this guy?" Let's see. As long as he works, what does it matter? It does matter, actually. If he's not CIA and he wasn't doing anything that was like top secret.
Oh, it's pretty boring, actually.
I love they're all insulting me. Guys, you're supposed to be on my side here. Wait, they're all the guys.
Yeah.
They're going to be on Nolan's side.
So can I start now?
Yes, go ahead. Okay, Lyconius, your turn.
Dating story first?
Oh, you want to tell? Okay,
well, I mean,
go ahead.
Ended there. Well, military brat, so I have been to Japan and lived on Guam for a while. And that's probably the first time I saw Gundam, but I had been into giant robot stuff because I was born in the 70s, and so all the 80s.
Barely in the 70s.
79.
Barely
so all
in
the
70s.
Yeah, all the 80s stuff like Robotech and whatnot. I was into that, as evidenced by. Hold on a second. Can we? Yeah. See. I've got dozens of them. I like giant robots from back then, and then I saw Gundam for probably first, and it was like 92, 91 when I first saw my first one. I think I was in the airport in Japan.
I'm very distracted right now.
Okay. Anyway, and
we
moved
keep
around a lot.
Away from the camera.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, moved around a lot. I kind of say I'm from Seattle because we lived there like 3 times, but that's just because I've lived there the most number of times. So that was where I'm from, I guess. Anyway, yeah. And then 1 year I got like jobs in 3 different states, and then wound up in Utah, and then wound up with a roommate who was busy and couldn't go on a thing with his brother.
Yeah, they were going to set him up with me, and he couldn't because he was working. And so,
right.
So he's like, "Hey, but I've got a single brother or single roommate."
Single roommate. So I ended up going by accident, really, because they're like, "Oh, you can't go," and they're like, "Well, yeah, you're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything." Because I used to work 1 week on and 1 week off, like 7 days in a row. That's why I called her every other week.
Yes, and I was like, what the heck?
Because I worked 70 hours 1 week and then none the next week. So I literally had nothing to do, and I hadn't lived there that long, so I didn't know anyone.
Anbu says that you were like working for the mafia or something like that.
Kinda.
He says he can't talk about it for 10 years. That's a part of top secret security clearance. I still can't even talk about some of the stuff I did in the army.
There you go.
I totally believe it, baby.
Sure. Anyway, yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'll go. I'm not doing anything. And then they're like, they're driving to the thing, and then they're like, talk to each other, like, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we're gonna pick up a girl, and it's not a date. Bye. And they did this like in front of her house. Yep. And so I was like,
so he didn't come to the door to pick me up. So I was like, oh, so this is literally not. Well,
they got
date.
like he got out of the car and went to go get you. Yeah. So I was like, okay, what's going on? So obviously it was a setup, very poorly executed setup. And so I was pissed because they could have just set me up and then I would have been less.
No. He was bitter. He was angry at women in the world. And he would have said no if they said, can we set you up on a date?
Maybe, I don't know. I might have not.
You might have not said no.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, maybe if you look like Glenn, then I would have said no.
Oh, jeez, that's awful.
Well,
he's not attracted to my brother. I'm not either.
Yeah, he's 5'4".
He's 5'5".
5'5". Okay.
He's 5'5", and he's kind of a little heavy.
Yeah, so it's like, if it's your sister, maybe not.
I have a brother who's 6'2", who and Glenn is 5'4", a little heavy and very fair skin, fair eyes, blue eyes, green hair, blonde hair. He has a blue eye and a green eye. And then I have a brother who's 6'2", and who's tall and tan and
more like me.
More like Nolan. Yes, I married my brother. No.
Ugh.
No, I take more after my older brother. I did just have a baby, so I am, a little heavier right now. But like I'm taller and
yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So that was why it was so super awkward, and then I was miserable the whole time, obviously, because he's not an extrovert. They kept being like weird about it, because then like your brother was like weird about it, and then
Glenn.
He was not helpful.
Glenn's very vocal about things when people are doing things he doesn't like.
Right. So anyway, and then I not asked her out. Is that how that?
Yeah, he was like, "Can I come hang out with your group of friends?"
Well, because I was trying to think of a way to fail on my own. I was like, I don't need people to set me up to fail. I can fail on my own with this girl. I'll just ask her out again, and if we don't like each other, it's because we don't like each other, not because other people made us miserable.
It's true.
That was my logic.
It was his logic. Sound logic.
Then one thing led to another, and then we got
bam! We have 3 kids.
So that was a thing that happened.
Anyway, he is a professional illustrator.
I have worked for.
He's worked for publishers and does book covers. He's done some of my book covers. He illustrates for my books quite frequently. I wish we had examples. We're gonna need to get examples. Those are yeah. We're not gonna show anything right now. We'll just because it'll take too much time to dig things out. Unless you have something close that you want to show.
No, everything's hidden.
Yeah, we'll show examples later. We'll do pictures of my art and your art, and yeah. Let's see what else is there about you.
So that
he does coronavirus testing. He's got the scars and the calluses to prove it.
Yeah. Normally I don't do that sort of thing, but we're so busy that I have to be.
You know what, Anbu? I'm gonna kick you out of Discord. He says free labor too, Andrea. That's like legendary cold because you do illustrations for me.
It's not free. If we weren't married, it'd be prostitution.
Oh, jeez. You are so evil. Plug your ears, guys.
Some of you are under 18 and should not be listening to this.
Some of you are under 30 and should not be listening to this. Okay, let's see. What else is going on in here? You can keep talking.
Oh, do we have a list of questions?
We do. I'll go over to those in just a minute. I'm just going through what they have.
That's pretty
here.
much. Yeah.
Inami wants to know what sorts of illustrations you've done. We'll show those. You could write for BattleTech. That's copyrighted material and their universe. Like, I like my worlds I've created, and it's a big mess of legal stuff.
We have met BattleTech guy. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Lauren Coleman.
Yeah.
He did just say BattleTech. Lauren Coleman is the CEO of BattleTech, and because I'm an author
of Catalyst Game Labs.
Of Catalyst Game Labs, but he does run BattleTech's publishing firm, and I have consulted with him, and I even have his cell phone number, and we text occasionally. So guess what? That was really funny. So I go across the country, and not so much anymore now, and teach people how to market and how to be successful as authors. And there's this one conference that I've been to 3 years, absolutely love it. And there's this one author who'd go there, had been there every time I'd gone, and I knew everything he did, and I knew it was about BattleTech and everything, but it wasn't until this past October that I made a connection. I was like, wait a second. Hey, Nolan, do you know what Catalyst Game Lab is?
Yeah, I know what BattleTech is. I have dozens of these things. Did you not know that?
I'm like, I've been talking to the owner of Catalyst Game Lab for like 3 hours, and it was really funny. He and his brother freaked out. And I was like, I've been hanging out with him like for a week for 3 years in a row, and I had no idea. Let's see what else is going on in here. Blackbird says, if I ever end up in a book that kills me, I want to be the noble sacrifice. The noble virgin sacrifice? Just kidding. Don't answer that question. Okay, so Canada says it's 80 to 90% forest in Finland. That's awesome. I want to go to Guam so bad, says Anbu. Battletech baby, yes. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up here. Anbu was born in 91. Hey, you're 2 years older than my youngest brother, who is 27. Oh, yeah, by the way, Lyco and Andrea, have you been at the Odaiba? Is that how you say that?
Odaiba, yeah.
Odaiba Gundam statue thing. Is that the one that's in front of the diversity building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I have not been there. No, that one's a new thing.
Yeah, like the last time I was there was like 1992. So
yeah,
it's been like a long time.
Okay. Canon or not Canon. Blackbird says, Lyconeus, would you say the season 2 of Robotech wasn't as good as the first and third season?
Yes. Well, are we talking like Southern Cross? Is that what you mean?
I don't know. This bro is Wolverine height, says Goldhawk. I wish I could have a wife that loves Gundam too in the future, to be honest. I wouldn't say I love Gundam. Would you say I love Gundam?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I can actually like do Gundam stuff and it's not weird.
Yeah, and I understand. So, because I've been playing the game, so now he can be like, "Hey, look at this. What do you think of this and everything?" So, we're gonna get through all of this here. Lyco, you got now a crap ton of respect. The oldest profession. I'm not sure what.
Prostitution.
Oh, prostitution. He is my prostitute. Oh wait, are we talking? I'm your prostitute.
Yeah, it's free though. It's free, so it's not prostitution.
Blackbird says, "Thank goodness I'm 31." Hi, Max Dragonslayer. Let's see. I can't see through my Vigna. How do you say this one?
Vignagina.
This is my very first Gundam. Nolan actually built this for me.
Gundam, but
well, it's mecha, right?
It's a mobile suit. Yeah.
Mobile suit. It's not, but it's in one of the, it's F91, isn't it?
It's in F91, but it's not a Gundam. Yeah.
Oh, see, I still don't understand the differences. I couldn't see the screen because it was in the way. So there you go.
DC.
Okay, so Chemical Ali says, my mom is the only girl I can talk to about Gundam.
Well,
that's awesome. Okay, why don't you go ahead and show them your
well,
mecha? We've got questions, but
they go together. So
okay, all right, we'll start over here then. Okay, so Putty says, how did Lyconius get you into a Gundam? I saw him and his brother talking about GBGW. I'd only heard the word Gundam a couple of times. We run a podcast for authors, or we used to. And we had one of my author friends over in this room right here, and we were interviewing him, and they got off on this topic. I don't remember what it was.
It was Gundam 00.
Yeah, but what led to it, I don't know.
We were talking about Pacific Rim.
Oh, that's right. He points up at Nolan's got a whole ton of mecha up there on top of the shelf over there. And I was like, I'd heard the word Gundam. And this was about a year ago, right? When Gundam Unicorn was on Netflix. That was the very first I'd heard of it.
Right.
And I've been married to him how long? And guys, he's got buckets and buckets and bins full of Gundam. And I didn't open them because it's his stuff, Anyway, I feel betrayed. I wasn't ready though.
You weren't ready.
I was not ready.
I waited
until GBGW. I love GBGW. Okay, so how did Lyconeus get you into Gundam? Yeah, through GBGW, literally. Like, I love the game, and I'm slowly coming around to Gundam. Like, I'm gonna be honest right now. Pacific Rim, my favorites are the kaijus. I love monsters. I love like dinosaurs, like that kind of stuff. Like Jurassic Park, not like the little plastic dinosaurs. I love monsters that can kill and eat and squish and so I love the kaiju. And so I have an appreciation for the robot side now because now I understand more about them, but I didn't before. Candace says, how long have you been together? So we met in 2010 and we were married in 2011. How did we meet? We already answered that. What are your guys' favorite food ever? What's your favorite food?
I don't know. I don't have a single one. So
I like pizza quite a bit.
Yeah, I do too. So, but that's kind of
I like
boring.
I like this man's cooking.
Oh, that's right. I do.
He is a fantastic cook. I can't cook. He's a great cook.
Should I make cookies too?
I don't have a huge sweet tooth, but this guy made cookies like a week or two ago and they were so freaking good. I like pizza. That's my favorite food probably. Have you ever been to Japan? I have not. I have two brothers who lived in Japan though. If you have when, if not, will you go to Japan sometime? Oh my gosh. When we had exchange students from Japan, so like 6 or 7 exchange students from Japan, and one of them has come back and visited us, Jury. And so the pilot Jury, I'm like, it's Jury, except that's not how you say her name in Japan. But so I would love to go to Japan. I'd go visit her. Okay, from Coyote Rules, what's Lyconeus Gundam that has significant importance on his well-being?
I would probably say that's like the GPO1 FB because that's the first one I was familiar with. That's this one. And I still think it's one of the more aesthetically pleasing ones, master grade.
I know what master grade means now.
Yeah, it's partially disassembled because I want to reglue everything, but not a big fan of anything with a core booster, generally speaking, because I think it's silly, just like the original Gundam. I just don't understand why it just seems needlessly complicated to me. But
that's awesome.
I would say it's my favorite one because it's the first one I remember, followed by like Wing, because that's when I really understood what Gundam was and like had watched the whole show. And that was like in 1996 or whatever, something like that. So that would probably be for nostalgia reasons.
There we go. Now we can see us too, so we know we're on camera still.
Nostalgia reasons is the one that I like the best. But I think that the Zeta, which I think is the next question, which one's my favorite?
Next question. Yeah, what's your favorite Gundam?
Zeta still is, and that's probably also for aesthetics. I like the mobile suits that are either transformable or inspired by jets, because I just like the way they're styled better.
That's what Zeta is? Okay, I agree with that. I like the backs that look like jets. I think they look cool.
Yeah, so I have 3 master grade Zetas. I have the 1.0, the 2.0, which is a better kit, but I don't like its styling as much.
It's kind of chunkier, heavier.
It's blockier. Looking. You can see it'd be hard to show on the camera, but it's blockier, which I like the smoother style of the 1.0, but the 2.0 is much better, has a much better mechanical design in terms of like how the joints work and stuff, the transformation sequence, stuff like that. And I also have
these are your favorite ones.
These are this is another Zeta. So here's the
here, I'll show you my favorite one.
I have an SD Zeta and an SD Zeta 1A.
Guys, isn't this so freaking adorable?
Almost as adorable as our unbuilt Banshee.
Oh, I thought you were going to say as our baby.
Oh, that too. I mean, Gunpla is good as a human baby.
Anyway, what are your least favorites?
Mark II. The Mark II is probably my least favorite. You're like, why? Because it's practically useless in Zeta. It's a Gundam, and it's probably like it's just so weak sauce. The Zeta is so overpowered compared to the Mark II. I don't know. That's like here we go. Like here's the
excuse me.
You know, I mean, come on, guys. Mark II.
Which was the Mark
Zeta,
II?
This one.
That one? It's not horrible.
It's not. It's just like.
And you bought it.
Well, I don't hate it, and that's actually the super version. So there's like it has a big jet.
It's actually standing up. That's impressive because the other one wouldn't. The
Zeta. Their backs are weighted kind of. That one's weighted kind of weird.
Ah, my Ian is completely recovered. We have to cancel this now. Just kidding. Let's keep going on with questions if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Anami wants to know what kind of software are you using for your video recording and editing, and what made you decide on those programs? Okay, so the software I'm using is this one right here. Can you read that? No, you cannot read that. Still can't read it. Okay, I'll just tell you. It's AZ Screen Recorder. The reason I use it is because it allows me to pause without starting a new video, and that is wonderful. And then what I use for...
That's for recording.
That's for recording. And editing, I use Adobe's Rush because as an author, I'm also a graphic designer. I do a lot of my own book covers. And Nolan was the one who taught me Photoshop. And I'm very grateful for that because I love it. Anyway, but I don't do my own book covers anymore because why?
It takes too much time. Pay someone.
Pay someone. And I get cranky when I'm doing them. Okay, so I use Adobe's Rush for editing because I've already got a subscription to Adobe. And it's annoying like crazy, but it's the only program out there that does what I need it to. Okay, Nystro says, how did the two of you get into Gundam? Did we already answer that?
Mhm.
Which show was the first one you both have seen? My first one was F91, and I enjoyed it.
That's a movie, yeah. And well, you did watch part of Unicorn, but you're like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like,
No,
well,
the first episode I really enjoyed, actually,
Yeah.
but then we didn't watch the second one until for like a week and a half, and I couldn't get back into it because we were so stressed. That was right after the baby was born. I mean,
yeah, that's true. So we'll revisit that at some point, but I have 8th MS Team and Zeta and Stardust Memory. See, I'm old school. So
are those your favorite, the first ones?
Those are the ones I own, so they're easy. I mean, we can get, just stream
Mm-hmm.
Unicorn and stuff like that. But I think we'll watch them like chronologically. I think we'll watch them chronologically because that'll make more sense. Even though
not all of them are as good as
some
other
of
ones.
them would be more accessible than others. But I think just for the sake of continuity, we'll watch them in order.
Yeah. Okay, so Akira and Akita, I want to apologize. I couldn't get Discord to tag you when we did the friend battles. I could not figure out how to get it to tag you. So you're like the only person I couldn't tag when I did that. So I wanted to apologize for that. But he says, if you were to pilot a suit, which would you pilot, and a simple why? Go ahead and answer that. I already know my answer. Gypsy, the Gypsy Danger. Just kidding. For me, it would probably honestly be this one right here. The Vigna, whatever. The Vignagina, because I like the way it looks. But I also like, I don't know, like I really like the Night SD. And you guys, I'm a girl. I can like cute things, okay? So I like the Banshee quite a bit, actually. Mm-hmm. I think it's super aggressive looking. I really like that.
I guess I have two answers. I mean, I like the Zeta, of course. But if I wanted to be, I like grunt suits a lot. So like Zaku ones, I have like a couple Zaku ones. Like I have the, the sniper, right? Because the flashier ones I don't like as much, like the Destiny, where it has like a gold frame. Even though I do like the Akatsuki. Like if you're gonna be gold, be all gold, I guess, and just go for it. Probably like a Delta Plus Kai. I just like it. I guess aesthetics. I guess. Yeah. It's transformable, and I like transformable suits.
I'm gonna move on to the next question.
Okay, fine.
Should we kiss for them? Just kidding. I'm an exhibitionist. If you guys haven't noticed from my videos,
it's really hard on the neighbors.
Jeez, not that kind of an exhibitionist.
Oh, right.
If you were given a chance to meet a pilot or character from Gundam, the Gundam series, who would it be, and a simple why? For me, I would probably say Lock-On, just because he intrigues me the most. Because of I haven't seen any of his shows, but just going off of what Nolan has told me, from his brother and all of that, so that probably would be him.
Because we cry the most.
No, I would meet Camille. Oh my gosh!
And tell him, isn't that a girl's?
Isn't that a girl's name? That's a perfectly acceptable name for a man. Yeah, I would meet Camille. Anami says, here's another one. Will the stream be available as a VOD after it ends? And I don't know what that means, Anami.
Video. You should be able to watch it.
Yeah, I'll have it up on YouTube. So Eggy says, how long have you been into Gundam? Which Gundam series have you watched? And favorite quote in Gundam? My favorite quotes would be Camille's quotes, because he's hilarious. That one scene when he goes jumping across, he's like on an escalator or something like that. Yeah. He jumps through like the counter thingy, dives at the officers or whatever. That was funny. I appreciated that. How long have you been into Gundam? Since December. Did you think Amuro and Char really died at the end of Char's counterattack?
That would be me. If you count turning into glowy things as dying, then yes. Because spoiler alert, at the end of Unicorn, I think Char's ghost is there. So that would mean he's.
Are we talking about my officer Char?
Yeah. Sorry, guy. Sorry.
Did you guys know he's dead? I mean,
you're really dead. Did you know that? Yeah. So yeah, I do. I think they died, and then like, Bright is like looking at Amuro's picture, like, I miss my friend in Unicorn too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
McKenna says, also, if you've eaten any Japanese food, what is your favorite?
Shabu shabu.
Which one's shabu shabu?
That's where you put it in the hot water.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that too. Okay. It's yummy. I also like teriyaki chicken. from Hibachi House. Do you like wasabi?
I don't. I like. I do like sushi. I like unagi.
I have not tried
With
sushi,
eel.
and Nolan says I need to try. I need to wait for the right sushi.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we live in a landlocked state, so getting sushi is kind of like not a thing. that
Yeah,
you can
it's
do.
like you get gross stuff apparently, according to him, because he's lived in Seattle and Guam, and he knows what good.
Yeah,
sushi
when we get
tastes like.
sushi, it's like the boat pulls up, and then they make the sushi, and then you eat it. Now it's like it was on a plane for 3 days, frozen. It's like, well, it's not sushi then.
Yeah. Cannon says, "Have you seen Gundam Thunderbolt, December Sky, and Bandit Flower?"
Yes, I have.
No, I have not. Hayaku
It's
Shiki.
the grimdark reboot of the 1 Year War.
Wow, there's a lot of chats, guys. So
Stop talking.
I'm trying to. Let's see. Trying to go through this. Did you make all of your suits yourself?
Yes.
Yes, he did. I think it would be offensive to him to have somebody else do it for him.
It would have to be like I mean, I might have a commissioned piece of artwork. Like, think of it like that.
Oh,
but it would.
okay.
But I mean, I've got all the stuff. I mean, I've been modeling for a long time, so I can airbrush and do all this stuff.
Oh, Anbu, that makes so much sense. He says the Gundam is the main suit in each series. The other suits are just called mobile suits. Most of the time, Gundams have samurai features.
That is correct.
That
It's
is
a
really
styling
good
thing.
to know. So it can be
That's
a
why I was
mobile
like that.
suit and still be in Gundam.
A Gundam is a specific type of mobile suit.
Gundam movies, Gundam
Yes.
shows. That's what I'm saying. Gundam as in the franchise.
Yes.
Okay. Jeez. Let's see. Godzilla. Oh, I love Godzilla. Oh my gosh, that stupid one Godzilla movie from 2000.
Godzilla 2000, the one with the UFO.
The one with the monster porn blue balls.
Oh, the most recent one. Yeah, the monster.
So awful. Oh my gosh.
Not King of the Monsters, but the
one
most,
before that
the
one.
most recent US
With the train
reboot.
and the Godzilla comes and the flying one. Yeah, that one. I like Godzilla in theory, but they haven't done a good one.
US one.
No. Yep. We do watch the Japanese one, and we watch Gamera and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've got the newer Gamera ones.
Send Me Out with a Bang. Which collab would you like for GBDW? Hey, if Kaiju are your thing and Mecha, appreciate how do you feel about the animated Godzilla trilogy? I haven't seen it.
Is that the Netflix one?
We don't have Netflix right now.
We do.
We do on the basement TV.
Yeah. I saw the first one. If it's the Netflix one.
Martin
But I
Riso
haven't
says,
finished the other two.
Lyco, did you watch Mobile Suit Zeta?
I own Mobile Suit Zeta.
Aww. God of Rage says, oh, so he won your heart through food.
That is true.
He did. He
That is true.
cooked some amazing foods, and he still does. He didn't do it because he was trying to win me over. He did it because he does it.
Because I'm
So, guys,
a grown man, and I was like,
I'm
why
gonna
am I eating out all the time? I'm an adult. I can adult. I'm gonna
I
cook
can
things.
adult.
I'm gonna cook the things, and then bought some cookbooks and learn how to cook.
Chef Nolan Ramsey.
Well, I've been out on my own for like, by that point, almost, like I was 19, so it was like 10 years. So
You were 19 and you'd been on your own for 10 years. Your
by
parents
then,
suck.
so
Okay.
by the time we met, so I had
Yeah.
10 years of adulting experience.
Yeah. Let's see. Challenge accepted. The drunken chef here needs to cook for you. Gold Hawk. Martin says it really does look amazing. And Nami, would you want to get the Lincoln Park version of the GPO one? I don't know there was one.
Yeah, they did some like colors, and they did wing ones too, right? So they actually designed the color scheme, like an
Linkin
alternate color
Park?
scheme for it. Yeah.
The music group?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
They're Gundam fans, so like they
What?
were
That's
totally
so
in the
cool.
Gundam wing. Yeah.
That's so cool.
They loved it. Yeah. I like some of the other ones people have done, like
Anbu says, Nolan, you are my spirit, bro.
thank you. Like the Uniqlo is like the most recent brand that's done like their own like Gundam color scheme. There's like 7-Eleven ones and stuff like that. I actually like they actually look kind of cool. So yeah, I would definitely yeah.
I'm reading questions while you're answering comments.
I would love to design a alternate color version of my own if ever I was famous enough for them to ask me. That would be a huge honor. If you're listening, Bandai.
If you're listening, Bandai, he wants all the attention.
Sorry.
It's good. He's fantastic artist. Max Dragon Slayer says, Lyco, if you could build your own suit, what parts would you use and why?
They don't exist yet in the game. I guess this is kind of like Ghost. So if I could have anything I wanted in the game right now, I wish I had the Wing Zero wings Andrea.
I know
did get
you
them.
do. I got them twice.
I know.
I still feel bad about that.
Instead, I got 3 twin Buster rifles.
Cannon says we've been busy. I don't know what he's referring to though. I'm still going. Okay, and then Akis or Akis, the dragon says, I love Stardust Memory. Christian or Onbu says, I love our own Gundam Wing and Seed Destiny.
I have Gundam Wing also. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking for questions now.
But in the game, if I were going to build one in the game, I'd love to merge like a Theta Plus, which isn't in there yet.
Akira says it's okay about the tag. I'm just letting him know that I
Okay.
saw that. Thank you.
Theta Plus, and like something like the Pale Rider, but like one of its upgrades, like the dual hand or something like that. I think that would be cool.
Goldhawk says respect. The grunt suits in most series were still decent.
Yeah, and they have more military stylings because I like the real robot aspect of some. I mean, not that I don't like new types and all that space magic, but I like a good old Zaku one.
Char's still alive in Discord. The new Hathaway movie will shed some light on what happened to Char and Amuro.
Yeah.
Amuro.
Yeah.
I speak Spanish. Amuro is how you would say Amuro. Let's see. Is it Netflix? But I mean, I pirate it all. Nami, you can't say that publicly. You're gonna get like hunted down by the FBI.
$250,000 per violation or whatever.
Actually, my brother has a friend who totally actually got sent to federal prison, and he was like 19 when it happened. Yeah. He had how much money? Do you remember when that happened? How much money?
I remember. Yeah, I remember.
He had like a couple $100,000 in pirated stuff. It was great, but awful too. Farrell Blackbird says, I remember learning to cook back when I was 8 or 9, but it was pancakes, eggs, and bacon. When my family used to have a pancake Sundays.
Yeah, I still do that.
He still does that every week. And I'm like, honey.
Hash browns and toast.
Pancakes don't help me lose weight.
Homemade bread.
I do the homemade bread.
I know.
Who is your favorite Gundam designer?
Hajime Katoki. Probably. I mean, he did Stardust and all that era, which is the one I like the most, that I most identify with. Some of the newer designs are a little funky to me, like the Chimera's Trooper that I don't like at all.
Sorry, you guys be glad you're not girls. Just saying, my hair goes.
But I like so IBO. I'm like super hit or miss with their designs. Some of them I really like the Barbados, and like I think the Grays is a good grunt suit. But some of the other Gundams were kind of weird to me. Like I said, like the Chimera's, Chimera's Trooper, I didn't like. They went too far with like the funky legs, extra forelegs and stuff like that, which I don't think is necessarily a problem in and of itself, but I just didn't think it looked cool. So there you go.
The notices drive me nuts. I'm like, I just want to go and use up some Haro. Okay, I'm going to have you go get the baby really fast. You can get the other kids too. And while he's doing that, I'm going to go over the next week's thing. What's going on next week? Hold on. I got to use a skip ticket. You guys understand my Haro. I mean, not my Haro. My EN filled up. So I need to go use a skip ticket really fast while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so next week we are doing the 2-star event, and let me go ahead really fast and go over all of the specifics for that, since I am doing that right now. So give me a second. I am opening up Discord, and I've put Anami in charge of this. So let's see, so that I don't have to stress about it. Okay, so here we go. So next week, it's going to be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is 10 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Pacific. And what we're going to be doing is we'll be doing my Discord server chat, and you guys just come hang out in Discord. I'll be recording, and then my stuff will be live because I will be doing that. We still haven't figured out exactly how to get everybody else's battles up. Now, my gosh, it's so great. I can actually talk to you guys now that you know what I do. Oh gosh, things have been really stressful lately with 3 kids and trying to keep up with writing books and stuff like that. I still have deadlines and I still have responsibilities there. And now I can actually tell you guys that. That's so great. And there's the baby. I like my baby. Say hi. Say hi. He's like, what's going on? Yeah. You can hold him up a bit. He's like, I don't want to stand up. He slowly sits down. Yeah, he does look like you. I can see it right now. Your eyes, the shape of your eyes are like very similar.
Our coloring is very different.
Very, very different coloring. He gets his coloring actually from both sides because your brother looked like this when he was a baby.
Yep.
And I had white hair, lighter than this when I was little. Anyway, okay, so let's see. So that's going to be on Wednesday, and then the rules are you cannot have higher than a level 25, and it cannot be above tuned up beyond a 2-star. 1-star suits are allowed. Trace and EX skills are allowed to be level 10 because anybody can do that now. All AI pilots must be 2 stars or 1 stars. You can use Haro, right? I'm getting distracted by the baby. You washed his face.
I did.
His face is wet. Oh, it's clean too. Okay, 1 white chest piece, 1 white chest gear piece may be used. We have also added onto that you can use white arm gear as well because it's something anybody can get. All fights are to be fought on auto. No defender job license. The reason for that is it's annoying to fight defenders. They sit and they stun each other and then they stand and then they block and then it's just they're not fun. They're not as fun to watch. Beginner, Campaign, Artemis, and Code 5 parts are banned. Marks are allowed on your 2-star parts, and I've got marks on all of mine already. No higher than 3-star marks. Oh, you're trying to get all the attention. He's a baby. That's what they do.
Little sociopaths.
They are. They're little sociopaths. Capsule parts, also known as all parts from the Buster capsules this week are allowed. Pre-registration parts are allowed. And Anami was dumb. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow. Okay.
Well, he says, please note I was dumb.
Well, okay. Duly noted.
Duly noted. Okay, let's see. Anybody have any questions about that? Any more questions about for Nolan or for me? Let's see. You should design your and Andrea's own personal Gundam that you and Andrea would pilot if you had your own show with us in it as your crew.
Wow, a 2-pilot Gundam. Is that a trainer?
That's Pacific Rim.
They have trainers.
I know. I'm just being a brat. I just really like Pacific Rim. You're getting tired already. Here, let me take you.
Fine, but he likes me better.
He does. He likes Daddy better. That way you can talk. Gundam Wing will always be my favorite, no matter what. It's the most realistic to me in Gundam O. Andrea, your hair is shorter than mine. You can't tell me. Wait, what? Anami. He says my hair.
Wow.
My hair is shorter than yours. Okay, we need pictures. I need pictures of all of you guys. Pictures. You can't tell me not to complain. I was gonna say I can too. Do you curl your hair and then have it go limp and stringy? Okay.
Yes. No, I don't. Okay.
Nope. Still not poopy.
Nope.
By the way, that's one thing when you guys have kids, you do that a lot. You sniff butts to see if they're poopy. Let's see. Not to scare you guys away from having kids. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going through these questions and comments. If you can combine any Gundam or mobile suit, what would it be?
I think I kind of said that with Theta Plus / Pale Rider Doulahan. I also like. I'm kind of into the ones from like Moon right now, because the Moon Gundam itself is actually 2 things put together. So, I don't know. What about you?
God of Rage says, why would you want to lose weight? Summer's been canceled. We should all be working on our winter bodies. That's amazing. Because I want to have a good body, and Nolan already does. And it's embarrassing to be, I weigh less than him. I will have you know.
That's true.
I do weigh less than him.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Are you saying hi? He's saying hi to the baby. Yeah, you're saying
You're the
hi to
baby. It's you.
Yeah, that's you. He's staring at him. He doesn't know. Let's see. Canon, what time is that in the UK? I have no idea. He's adorable. I think so too. I think he is cute. Gundam pilot in training. Right here? Yep.
Yeah, our oldest daughter did ask for a robot for Christmas.
And she likes Gundam. She says, I like watching Gundam. That's good. Baby's adorable. Thank you. He wants.
Some of it's
I
not
think he wants this.
He probably does.
You can't play with that. That is mommy's. He wants this, guys. Yep. Look. That's where his eyes are going. feather dive, and the opponent goes into explosions in the background. Goldhawk says Pacific Rim was amazing. I agree. Oh, Anbu says he doesn't have any 2-star suits. I'm sorry.
You can build one. That's what we did.
Yeah, don't
you've got
spoil
scrap
anything.
and you can build any 1-star with scrap now and then use, what are those?
Chemical Ali says his hair is longer than mine too.
Who is this?
Chemical Ali.
His hair is longer than mine?
Than mine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I need pictures.
Mine's short, sorry. It's boring, but it's easier for work that way because otherwise I'd have to have it in a ponytail or something, or a man bun.
Is posting a selfie mandatory? Yes, Blackbird, it is. Give me the Thought Slayer Aka Vidar.
Yeah, vitamin.
He's spitting. God of Rage says, if you could bring any mech from a non-Gundam show into GBGW, what mech would it be? I would say Pacific Rim stuff, just because that's what I know and understand and love. I really do like Gypsy Danger. I like some of the newer stuff too that they pilot, the digital ones. You know, I don't mind the analog, but
I would bring an Awesome from BattleTech, but then I would get blown up because they're only like half the size of Gundam. So.
I think we need to end this now. We are coming up on an hour.
But I still like them anyway, because Awesomes are awesome.
They are awesome. All right. Any last questions? You tortured what I typed so bad. I don't know what that means. Anbu. I don't know what that means. Let's see. What would you do if one of your kids refuses to like Gundam?
Punish them, obviously.
I was gonna say they can like it or not like it.
Oh, well, we're not together on this yet.
We haven't discussed this, guys. Don't ask us questions we haven't talked about. It might strain our relationship. He agrees. That's why he didn't respond. Okay, let's see. God of Rage says, last one. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I would kiss him.
Ooh.
Hard work.
Harsh.
I'm just kidding. I love Klondike bars. I would do. I wouldn't actually do anything, honestly. I'd
go to the
expect
store
people to
and
give
buy
it
them.
to me. Yes. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for this video. Go ahead and if you have any questions, comment below. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell icon. As we are doing this live, hit the bell icon, guys, if you want to be alerted to future videos. Okay, guys. Come join my Discord server, and I will go back and edit and put the link in the description.
Sorry. He's trying to hit the power button.
Yeah, he's trying to hit the power button. So the baby, that's what babies do. Do you want to say anything last minute?
Bye.
That's a great parting words from Nolan there. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye. Say bye, baby. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Oh, he's doing it.
Bye-bye. There we go. Okay, there we go. End.